Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are carrying on today with our 6-month transformation journey. Last week we kind of focused more so on the fitness elements of this 6-month challenge, and that was because we started the 75 hard challenge. We're still going. We're doing well, we're on week 2 for the 75 hard challenge. This week, however, my plan is to look more so at the creative aspect of what I've written for my 6-month challenge. For those of you who haven't seen my video about the challenge, I will link it somewhere to go watch it. But basically, I have identified 6 things in my life that I feel I am lacking in. And that is creativity, fitness, financial, adventurous, sociable, and smart. Or just being smarter. So this week we're going to focus on the creative aspect, and one of the 6 things that I wrote in the creative category of this 6-month challenge was that I wanted to write an outline for a book. So basically that's what we're going to do today. I'm not expecting me to write the entire outline today, but what I want to do is I just want to brainstorm a couple of ideas, a couple of themes, and possibly just get something down that looks relatively close to an outline. I also don't expect to be writing this book within 6 months. I just want to get the creative juices flowing because they've been a little bit lackluster recently, and that is one of the main reasons why I've put this challenge in within the challenge, because I really enjoy writing, I really enjoy reading, and yeah, what better time to start than now? So that is what our plan is today. So the plan is to kind of create a little mind map of maybe ideas that I have and things that I want to do. Because if primary school and secondary school have taught me anything, then it has taught me the joys of a good mind map. So we're just going to start off in the centre with new book, and then hopefully from that little centre we're going to find genres that I want to do, worlds maybe that I'm interested in, sort of themes that I maybe want to follow, and hopefully eventually fill up this entire piece of paper with random scrawls and just my mind dumped on the piece of paper. I've got my colouring pencils, I've got pens, I've got rulers, I've got my pencil case, I've got my notebook. If I don't know, find a character that in my head I'm like, oh, actually that's an interesting character, I can maybe expand even further in my little notebook. Or if I want to make it really fancy, I've got post-it notes that I can expand upon as well and keep going. I've got a couple of pieces of paper, but I doubt that I'm gonna use all of them. But yeah, that's the plan. I've got my water, I've got my coffee, I've got my paper. I think let's do this. We're just gonna start off. I feel like everyone has already seen the state of my handwriting. I don't have very good handwriting, and also doing it in front of people kind of scares the life out of me. This is the scrawlings of my mind map sort of so far. So I've written down sort of genres that I like, got characters sort of idealised, or what I enjoy in a character. I like, as I underline that massively, I love a flawed character. I hate the perfect character because it's just not realistic. I don't like it. Sort of themes that I've written, you know, I've put survival and then people and elements, because I was like, oh, if it's like a apocalyptic nuclear war, for example, post-apocalypse, then, you know, there's the people that you need to watch out for, but also the elements and things like that, which is always a interesting concept to me. As I said, the apocalypse, so a nuclear apocalypse, a viral apocalypse, a war. And then I started writing down books that have inspired me. And these are kind of the books that I've read recently that have sort of really inspired me. And then I started trying to write down what it was about it that really sort of resonated with me. So for The Strand, I've put, you know, it was apocalyptic, it was a post-virus, it was the insanity and the desperation of man and how desperate they were to cling on, and this little life or that little life. I'll find the book in a second. You know, it was sad, it was depressed, real life. You know, it made me cry. I actually had a visceral reaction to that book. It was that upsetting to me. Brave New World is a classic book that if you've never read, I would really, really recommend you reading Brave New World. You know, it's about capitalism, greed, censorship, propaganda, the new world that's there is very much, everyone is brainwashed, everyone is conditioned into doing certain things. So yeah, I've kind of written down that. What I might do, I might go into my bookshelf and have a look at more books that I've read recently that I've inspired. Quick welcome to my bookshelves. There is a lot of books on these bookshelves, some of which I have not read. They're on my to-do list, some of which I have read, but it kind of just keeps going, excuse the Henry bags. So a lot of these bookshelves aren't necessarily meant to be just for books. Mainly, as you can see, a lot of Pokemon cards. I have a lot of Pokemon cards. I have an addiction, I have a problem. I love them all so much. But there very much is a theme in all these books that I read and all these books that I like. A lot of them are fantasy books, or a little bit more nihilistic, or a little bit more just, I don't know, depressing? Is that the word? My sort of favourite books here. I've got Stardust. I really loved Stardust. Stardust was a gorgeous book. I've got Blood Meridian, which was an absolute mindfuck. It was so good. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is going to be one of my all-time favourite trilogies of 4. They're so good. I don't know what it is about them, but I love them so much. I think it's because they're nonsensical. I think it's because they're just, I don't know, it's in space. Oh, that's a theme that I should put down. Space themed. There we go. There's a new theme by looking at my bookshelf. The Poppy War, I honestly was obsessed, or am still obsessed with this series. I need to get the rest of them, if I'm honest with you, because I've been reading them on my phone. Anime collection-ish starting here. It's not a very good one. I've got Bungo Stray Dogs because I love that. That's all superpowers. There's another theme. See, this is why we look at what we enjoy. And then past the weight, sorry guys, there's more sort of books down there. The only one, you can see it down there, sorry. The only one left, I really, really enjoyed that book. It was one of the first books that I told my mum to read as well. So I really, really vibed with that one. So I'm gonna create a new mind map, and I'm gonna try and bring all of these things together. I would love to create a book like A Little Life. I would really, really love to do that, but I just don't think I've got the talent or the skill to be able to pull it off. But hey, it might be in the pipeline, but I feel like that scares me more than it excites me. So what I want to do is I want to focus on something that really, really excites me, and something that I finish like doing this mind map and I go, oh, actually, you know what? I can't wait to start even planning this out. I can't wait to actually write some more ideas and get everything together and write it down. I want something to be really, really excited about, because then I think I'm going to actually write it, maybe. I mean, that eventually is the plan, is I would like to write a book. Fantasy. I'm going to write down as well kind of the things that inspire, or that have inspired this. So the superpowers is Bungo Stray Dogs. Very much, I love that series. The fantasy, I mean, literally every single other, Gunslinger, Harry Potter, The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, all of those kind of fantasy worlds. Just going to be like all of the above. But I am going to put Fae, dragons. What kind of genre? I mean, dragons is just fantasy, full stop. Kind of cyberpunk. And when you want to put apocalypse in the fantasy, but with the state of the world at the moment. And then space. Tell you what's really inspired space is, if you've never seen it, Dimension 20's A Starstruck Odyssey, and obviously Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I've just realised that I've written down a thing that just says things I really like, and then I've just put nuclear apocalypse at the bottom. I feel like I'm getting really stuck with just themes. I'm going to split my page into 3. So I've got 3 sections, by the looks of it at the moment, of things that I kind of, not things that I really like, because these are going to be concerning. I kind of already have, I'm going to write down some ideas that I have, with the fear of, I don't want to rip off anything else, because it's going to be very easy in the cyberpunk world to write about cyberpunk, the game, and the incredible sort of anime. Same with nuclear apocalypse kind of world. It's going to be very easy to rip off Fallout both the video game and the TV series. It's going to be very easy to kind of do that, and I really don't want to do that. I kind of want to think of a completely, I don't know, new concept. You know, I don't want to rip anything off. Oh my god, I have an idea. I have a bit of an idea for a book that's kind of interested in writing. My biggest fear is that I don't think it's going to be similar to Fallout, and I don't think it's going to sort of be similar to Cyberpunk in that kind of way. I'm a bit worried that I'm going a bit too close along the lines of Brave New World. So I'm going to try and steer clear of that and go for more of a fantasy kind of vibe rather than the Brave New World kind of vibe. I really, literally the things that I wrote, I really like Nuclear Apocalypse, I really like Cyberpunk, and this idea kind of combines the two. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for a wee, because I've been drinking coffee, been drinking water, 75 hard challenge, I need a wee, and I'm just going to have a think about where we can go with this story. I feel like I've gone through a lot of pieces of paper. We started off by creating sort of a mind map of new book ideas, themes that I enjoy, genres that I enjoy, books that have inspired me, characters and the kind of characters that I enjoy reading. We then moved on to focusing on the genre, and I wrote a little thing called Things I Really Like. Sort of amalgamated everything that I'd written here into sort of the genres that I enjoy and the themes that come along with it. Then we went on to just going straight to the 3 things that I've put that I really, really like and writing a load of themes. And as you can see, I got carried away with one more than the others and then completely dropped this one because I thought of an idea. And then since then, I've created a mind map, another mind map of the book. So what I've done is I've put a little stem out for the locations and a couple of the locations, and then what about the locations. I've got the characters, like a couple of characters, and like what their kind, not backstory, but who I have an idea of who they might be and who they are based upon, maybe in the real world. And then I've put a little thing here. And I don't want to give too much away because I'm actually really vibing and really like the idea of this book. But the main antagonist is obviously in the characters, but the overarching theme of the issue is over on this side. And I've written, you see I've written quite a bit for this because these are all 3 different things. This is one big thing and it's taken up like half of my page of all kind of the issues, kind of the themes, kind of the, not the main villain, because the main villain is a character. This is kind of the main problem of the story. And this is what the character needs to learn about, discover, possibly overcome, possibly get away from, possibly enlighten other people about. Does that make sense? I've already written in my notebook kind of a theme about it. I've got a couple of sentences. I've got a paragraph that I've really, really enjoyed, and like not exactly the opening, but the way that the character gets to the situation that they're going to be in. I'm gonna chug a little bit more water and I'm gonna do a 45-minute workout because we're still doing the 75 hard challenge. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bullet point or attempt to bullet point the plot of the book. So it's not gonna be a full outline because that would be rather ambitious of me, but we're just gonna do the most simplest basic plot. So bullet point 1, we meet main character. Bullet point 2, this happens to main character. Bullet point 3, main character ends up here. Very simple, boring bullet points that have no detail, no description, just A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way down to Z about the ending. You know what, for day one of kind of planning a book / planning a novel and trying to sort out an outline, I feel like we've made quite a lot of progress. I have a very basic outline as it stands for the book. I think I need to move to the computer and start typing up maybe more stuff, because I have a very basic idea of where I want the story to go. However, I want to explore other themes as well, because I'm looking at the plan that I've got right here, and I think that there's other parts of this story that I want to tell, that I want to explore a bit more of. And there is a big element that I want to incorporate that, with this plan as it is, I don't think I've touched on enough. I feel like we've made a really, really good start. I'm super hyped about this book. But I mean, this is day one, and I said that what I wanted to do was do a very, very rough outline, a very, very, like the thing, we meet our main character, like very, very rough. And then I want to keep expanding and expanding and expanding on that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit on the sofa, I'm going to chill for a little bit, I'm going to finish my water, and I'm going to just scribble down a bit more of a mind dump, mind thought ideas going on here in this little notebook. Because I always think having a mind dump, having a mind, just getting ideas out, some of it sticks, some of it doesn't. I just need to throw some shit at the wall and see what I like, see what I want to keep, and see what gets cut, basically. So I feel like I've jumped a step by doing this, but no, I'm happy, because this has made me think of some things that I want to talk about as well. So I think that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. I'm just going to sit on the sofa and scribble. I might get changed into my pajamas so I'm cozy. And yeah, we'll see where we go from there. So today's plan is to write an outline for a book. Let's do it. Cold. So we are 2012 words and 4 pages into this outline that I've written. This is what we've done today so far, so I'm quite impressed. I'm going to try and do it because I don't want people to see too much. I might just blur it, to be honest. We've got Cyclophon 4 that's come out. So this is what I'm going to be watching whilst I finish my outline. We are finishing this today. Yeah, it's about 3:40 at the moment. Oops, I've got so many things that I still need to do today. If I complete this today, then this is officially the first thing that I have completed for my 6-month challenge. For my creativity, I said that I wanted to write an outline for a book, and this is a brand new book that we thought of last week. I've written an outline. I've written 5 pages, nearly 3,000 words, and that's my outline for a book. That is the first task then completed, save, for my 6-month transformation. Yay! I'm actually super hyped for this. This is I don't know, other people probably aren't that hyped, but I'm hyped. Just like that, the first task for the 6-month transformation has been completed. I wrote in my creativity section, I obviously had 6 things. Number 1, write a script for a short film. Number 3, make regular YouTube videos. Number 4, paint again. Number 5, find my own style. Number 6, make an item of clothing. And most importantly, number 2, write an outline for a book. Completed. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't plan on every single video that I do to be sort of the same thing, so I'm hoping, unless I run out of ideas, but I've got 35 ideas now, but every single video won't be sort of a fitness 75 hard challenge kind of video. I kind of want to spice it up a little bit and just play about. This is new to me, so I'm learning and hopefully getting better at what I do. We'll see. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope maybe it's inspired you to start brainstorming, and if you want to write a book, start an outline, get it started, get it going. I mean, this has taken me just over a week to get this outline written and done, from brainstorming to just thought dumping to actually now having an outline, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, going through everything. And obviously there's still things that need changing and adding and maybe fiddling about with. It's done. And if I do decide that I want to write this book, I'm kind of intrigued. I'm kind of liking the vibes. I'm kind of enjoying it a little bit. So chances are that I'll probably actually crack on and start writing it. Next thing that we need to do, we need to pick a task for next week. We need to pick a task. We could just try painting next week. We'll try drawing and painting and stuff. I wonder if we could go up Snowdon next week. I'll think on it. But until then, again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope it's inspired you in some way to start writing again if you are a writer. I hope it's just inspired you to start being creative again. Literally just brainstorming ideas was so much fun for me this week. So I really hope that, I don't know, maybe it gets you interested in doing something again. It doesn't even have to be writing, but filming or painting or doing something creative, and just pick up a pen and give it a go again, because it's been ages since I've done this and I'm so happy that I've made an effort to do it. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and we shall hopefully, fingers crossed, see you next week. Bye! Such an awkward outro. I never know what to do. I should probably start being smart and script things, but hey ho.